simultaneous interpretation. You're also welcome to join us in our Spanish only interpretation, which starts at 6:30. And I believe Ms. Cortez is going to put in the chat the Zoom link to that presentation, to the Spanish only presentation. There it is. Thank you. So let's go on to the next screen. So it is a webinar. It is being recorded. It will be posted on our website. And we are also using the Q&A feature, which I've already seen a few of you used. And thank you, Ms. Villaseñor, for answering the questions so quickly. So please just go ahead and post your questions in the Q&A, and we will respond to them either written, like you've seen Ms. Villaseñor do, or verbally out loud. And also you can always just send us an email if your question doesn't get asked. Sorry, doesn't get answered. So let's jump right in. So my name is Elise Simmons, and I'm the very proud principal of Santa Barbara High School. We want to welcome you to Santa Barbara High. I noticed that there's some of you might have seen some familiar names there, so I know you have younger children. So welcome back or welcome again. And this school, as you know, is amazing for many, many reasons. But what makes it the most amazing school out of all of Santa Barbara Unified is our team, our administrative team and our counseling team and our staff that support you and all of our students. So here's the screen. This is the screen of our administrative team. And tonight we have with us here Miss Villaseñor, who oversees our 12th graders, as well as our academies and our CTE pathways and technology. Kaylee, do you want to just wave your hand and say hi? Or
hi, everyone. I'm Kaylee Villaseñor.
We also have Mr. Fred Razzo, who works closely with our 9th and 10th graders. He's in charge of all of our facilities and safety, all things safety. Is Mr. Razzo here with us tonight? I know he's joining us in this.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome.
There he is. Mr. DuPont, who is an assistant principal who oversees 11th grade curriculum and instruction, and works very closely with our testing and 504s, and I know he'll be joining us in a little bit. And then Mr. Mendoza, our Dean of Student Engagement. Is he here tonight with us? Has he joined us yet?
Yeah, I'm right here. Hi, everybody. Nate Mendoza, and I see grades 9 through 12, Dean of Student Engagement.
So we are all teenage whisperers, but I would say Mr. Mendoza is the best teenage whisperer. So if you ever need support with your child, reach out to any of us, but Mr. Mendoza is amazing at connecting with kids. Another group that's probably actually better, sorry, Mr. Mendoza, than him and us and with connecting with kids is our counseling team. So here's our counseling team. I know they're here tonight as well. So let's jump right in. We have Miss Porter, our head counselor.
Good evening. My name is Miss Porter, and welcome.
And you'll notice our counselors are organized by last name. So you can see Miss Porter oversees students with last names A through DE. Those do change slightly over the summertime as we're balancing out numbers. The next counselor is Mr. Beach.
Hi, good evening. I'm Mr. Beach, serve families DI through HE. Welcome.
Miss Acevedo.
Good evening. I'm Marta Acevedo, and I work with students with last names HI through ME. Welcome.
Mrs. Garabak.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Alicia Gerbach, and I serve students with the last name MI through ROD. Thanks for coming tonight.
Mr. Sofro.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mr. Sofro, and I work with students' last names ROG through Z, and it's wonderful to see so many people attending tonight. Thanks for being here.
And Ms. Cortez.
Aloha to all. Thank you for joining us. Ms. Cortez, and I am the counselor for students that participate in the AVID and PEAK programs, and super excited to have you join us here tonight. Thanks for coming again.
Another amazing support for our students and our families is our College and Career Center that is staffed by a college and career counselor and a college and career tech. And we are the only high school currently that has a college and career counselor, and it's thanks to our Foundation to Santa Barbara High School for funding this position for the last 7 years. And so I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Barr.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Spencer Barr. I help run the College and Career Center along with my amazing colleague, Mrs. Costello.
And is Mrs. Costello here? She might, I know she's going to be in the Spanish only one, so she will be joining us later. And in the Career Center, it's a college and career center. Sometimes I like Spencer and I talk about like the future center, but it's really more than that. It helps students in the now. And so it helps students with community service, outreach. They can get their work permit, find a job, internships. And Spencer works really hard on bringing in, how many virtual college fairs or college visits did you have this year, Mr. Barr?
I think I ended up with 131 in the fall, and we have a few scheduled this spring as well.
Mr. Barr also sends out a weekly a monthly newsletter, as well as does daily, if not weekly, updates on the College and Career website. Mr. Barr, do you want to add anything about the College and Career Center for incoming families?
Just think of us as just another resource in addition to your high school school counselor. We're additional resource. Our main focus is on helping your students with post-high school options, but we work very closely with the counseling team too. So thank you so much. Come meet us when we're back at school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barr. And another amazing support at our school is our family liaison, Maria Jimenez. Maria, are you here with us?
I'm here.
There she is.
I'm here. Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Jimenez, and I'm the family liaison on campus. So I am here to help students, families, answer questions, get you to the right person, or help you myself. So basically, I'm the go-to person if you don't know who to go to. So I'm here to help, and I look forward to helping you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. And now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Porter, who will talk about additional supports that the counselors can do for you all. So thank you again for coming this evening, and I can't wait to meet you soon.
So just a reminder, as we're talking this evening, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A and somebody will respond and answer those questions for you. So just wanted to remind you of the counseling team. One of the things we do, we support students in 3 main areas: academics, college career planning, and social emotional. So, you know, your students, we help them with their classes, we help them with what they need tutoring and grades, things like that. And then we also help them as they go through with community service, college career post planning, what they need to do A through G's, and then social emotional. We know a lot has been going on with the, since COVID's been happening. So we have a lot of kids that are struggling, and we just want to be a big support with them. So those are our 3 main areas. You should have received in the mail a list of courses. So for all of our incoming 9th, you would have had a sheet that had 16 courses on it. The plan is for all the high schools next year to be on a block system. So there would be 4 courses or classes they would take each term. And 4 terms. So therefore you'd have 16 courses listed. You would have an English, either prep or honors, a math, either math 1 honors, or math 2-3 compaction, if your student is in compaction right now. A science, freshmen take physics or conceptual physics. If your student is very advanced and in an AP physics, they may be, or a math compaction, they may be an AP physics. And then sports and PE, we'll talk about sports in a little while with our athletic director. But all freshmen take either PE or sport. And then there will be a list of additional courses. Maybe there are students in computer science or math or bot or construction or culinary. You want to take a few minutes to look at those courses and then email us with any questions, any changes. The sooner the better would be helpful. So make sure you sit down as a family, look at all those 16 courses and have a discussion on what you want to change, what you want to keep, or any questions you may have regarding that. So you should have gotten that in the mail. If you didn't, please contact us because we want to make sure that we have your address correct or you're in the system. So for graduation, there's two kind of areas we want to make sure you understand, and we'll talk about this a lot through the high school career. All students need 220 credits to graduate and 60 hours of community service. That's the minimum. Most students graduate with more credits and more hours of community service, but that's the minimum requirement, and we'll talk about that in detail in a little bit. And then what's called A through G, which is what a student needs to do in order to apply and get into a UC, Cal State, and most private schools. So we want to make sure that all students are fulfilling both areas, and we will talk about that next. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Safro to talk about community service and other items.
Thank you, Marcy. Community services, gosh, for as long as I've been in the district, it's been a graduation requirement. That for our current seniors, that requirement has been waived, and last year's seniors, it was waived as well. Assuming that we're back, all together next year, I would imagine for incoming freshmen, that requirement could be the same, but that's subject to change. So I think, we have to just be flexible, and as soon as we know, we'll let, our school community know. The Community Service Excellence Award, 200 hours is required for that. That's a fantastic number to kind of shoot for all kinds of wonderful reasons, for just the value of doing community service, for the intrinsic value, but also for college applications, job applications, exploring different fields that you might be interested in when you do your community service. Maybe there's a career that you're interested in. You can connect your community service to that, or you can connect your community service to a potential major that you want to pursue in college. And you can start counting community service hours the day after 8th grade ends for high school. And you can go to the website under resources for the community services form, and all of the community service gets tracked and recorded through our College and Career Center with Spencer Barr and Sino. This is a really great slide that is just a good roadmap for you to kind of have an idea. It's like a 4-year plan. Like, what are you going to be doing for your 4 years? It talks about graduation requirements, but it's also really aligned with, in most part, for college admission requirements. So if you see like A, social studies, well, our 10th graders take world history, our 11th graders take US, and then you take government and econ in your senior year. Everyone takes 4 years of English. So whether that's a college prep English or an honors English, and then as you move through high school, or you do AP, potentially AP English, or a city college dual enrollment English, those are all, decisions and choices you don't need to make right now. Right now, what we care about is, let's make sure your freshman courses are accurate, and we've got those the way they need to be. But 3 years of math are required for graduation. Science, 2 years required, 1 year of a physical science. So most of our freshmen are going to be taking either conceptual physics or physics to take care of that. And then a life science, and that would be like biology or marine biology or kinesiology or AP environmental science. We've got a lot of different science options. Language other than English, technically a foreign language is not required for high school graduation, but if you were to come in and take Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, or French 1 and French 2, those would take care of that, that fine art language career tech graduation requirement. And then electives, 45 units of electives. We have a lot of times families and students will get concerned about that, but like, for example, physical education, 2 years are required, but we have students that play sports for all 4 years. So the sports that they play, like in their junior and senior year, those PE credits just default down into the elective column. So we always look at your overall unit totals. Ethnic studies is a 1 semester, or on the system we're using now, it's a 1 quarter class that's required for graduation. In the next slide, we'll talk more about that. And then health is a 1 semester or a 1 term class that's also required for graduation. And then, you know, the community service, and again, kind of just everyone stay tuned and let's see, you know, if students are able to complete community service next year, then we'd likely stick with the 60 hours, but we have to wait and see how things play out. Next slide. And then the ethnic studies requirement, there's multiple ways to get this completed. You can do English 9 with an ethnic studies emphasis. So there's the ethnic studies curriculum is embedded within the English 9 class. That is not an option if you are in the MAD or VADA academies. We just don't have the staffing to be able to include ethnic studies within those English classes. So if you can't get it done, or you choose not to do it within your English class, we have the 1 quarter ethnic studies class. We have another course called Chicano Studies, and then we have another one called History of Africans in America. So kind of a really nice wide range of ways to get that completed. And then if you wanted to go to Santa Barbara City College to take a class, so that ETHS is Ethnic Studies, 101, 103, 120, 121, and then Chicano Studies, Black Studies, Asian American Studies. So there's all kinds of ways to get that requirement completed. And that's it from my slide. Now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Gerbach. Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thanks, Jeff. I'm going to talk about a couple slides here. The first one's college and career readiness. And we identify several different ways in which students are college and career ready. And I put that in air quotes because we know that there's many other students that end up being successful without having have done these things. But this is what our California state standards say. You're college and career ready by doing one of these things on the slide. So that would be completing a CTE pathway, scoring a 3 or a 4 on the CASP exam in math and English, passing 2 or more AP exams that students often take in the spring of their AP classes, completing a dual enrollment class through Santa Barbara City College, becoming A through G eligible, which I'll talk about in a few slides and what that means, and then earning the seal of biliteracy through knowing 2 languages and going through that process. And then Santa Barbara City College dual enrollment is really popular. I already see a couple questions from families in the chat on how to do that. And basically, it's high school students who are taking college level courses simultaneously while they're in high school. They often and most often earn college credit on their high school transcript towards their graduation. They can take career technical classes through Santa Barbara City College. They're online, they're on campus at City College, and then we also offer dual enrollment classes taught on our high school campus, depending on the subject area. There is a summer session available to, if you can go back a slide, there is a summer session that students are eligible to enroll in. Even our incoming 9th graders are eligible to take a dual enrollment class. The date is on the screen here. It starts on 6/28. Registration for students to go through the dual enrollment process opens April 19th. And it's really important you work with your junior high counselor to go through those steps if you need support in terms of following through the dual enrollment process on the City College's website. The counselors will sign off on the counselor approval form, which is one of the steps as you work through that process if you're interested in doing a dual enrollment class before you even start Santa Barbara High. And then fall 2021 registration for classes is on July 7th, which would be students, again, being enrolled at Santa Barbara High and also simultaneously taking a City College class. And again, we can't highlight enough because it does cause confusion for families. If you're enrolled in a dual enrollment class on your student's schedule now, and it's taught on our Santa Barbara High campus, you will work with your teacher to go through the enrollment process. You don't need to do it ahead of time. Next slide. And then one of the ways in which students can show competency in being college and career ready, like I mentioned earlier, is the state seal of biliteracy. If they're interested in doing a language, taking language. So in order to be eligible, you need to complete all your English language arts requirements, which is taking English all 4 years of high school and earning a 2.0 or better in those courses. You need to pass the California State Standards Assessment as standards met or above in the English section of that exam. And tests for native English speakers is administered in 11th grade. So that's when that exam is taken. And then you need to demonstrate proficiency in one or more language in addition to the above 1 and 2. And by doing that, students can complete that by taking a series of courses in their language, such as Spanish, all 4 years of high school. They can also score a 3, 4, or 5 on their AP exam in that subject area of their language they're studying. And then they can also take City College dual enrollment through level 103 at the Santa Barbara City College in any of their languages. So many ways to complete and earn that seal of biliteracy. And I think I'm gonna, I have one more slide. So this is the A through G course sequencing. It's a pretty graph. Jeff highlighted the Santa Barbara High School one. As you can see, they're very similar. In fact, almost all of our students, by just taking courses 9th through 12th grade and earning a C or better in their classwork, will become A through G eligible. There's a few caveats and differences among graduating high school and also being A through G eligible. So you can take a look at the screen and see that each letter represents a subject area, and then the corresponding years and level in which you need to take your classes is listed. One important thing to note is that Jeff highlighted on that other screen was you don't need a foreign language to graduate high school. You do in fact need foreign language to be A through G eligible. And then the colleges that you're applying to don't require ethnic studies, PE, or health, but we as a school district do. So there's a few things that are different, but don't worry. This is just a preview for your students, and counselors will be teaching this to your student every single year, multiple times a year. They'll be seeing these graphs. We'll be working with them on their 4-year plan. So just note that these are some of the requirements. And then I think I'll pass it to AJ, right? Or is it back to Elise?
I'll jump in and do a quick introduction.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Hi again, everybody. I'm sure by now many, if not all of you, have heard of our wonderful academies at Santa Barbara High School. So real quick, I just want to introduce you to our academy directors. From the Computer Science Academy, it's Sky Adams. From Multimedia Art and Design, there's two co-directors, AJ Henning and Shay Pinato. And then with our Visual Art and Design Academy, Daniel Barnett. And I see that a couple of them are in the webinar tonight. So would either of you want to mention just a couple quick things?
I'm happy just to say hi. I've been in MAD. I'm a graduate of Santa Barbara High School. I'm really excited for our incoming class of 9th grade MAD students. And if any students signed up for MAT 105, they were placed into MAD. So they'll be in the MAD elective classes and the English classes, the MAD English. And we are going to be having our own welcome seminar or webinar in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out on your email. We have everybody's email, so we'll reach out to you that way. When we have the date to give you. It's going to be a short, just kind of introduction with more to come to welcome you to Santa Barbara High School and MAD Academy.
And if I can, I'd like to take a moment to just also say hi. I'm Shay Pinato. I'm the co-director of MAD Academy along with AJ. And we've been looking at the list of freshmen, and we're really excited to meet everyone. You'll be seeing me in the hallways quite a lot, helping you get to your classes. And it's probably going to be AJ's class. I'll see you when you're older.
I'll jump in. I'm Sky Adams. I'm the director of the Computer Science Academy. And we're open to any student who wants to take coding or learn computer science. We're also having a welcome night separate from this on next Monday, April 12th. So we'll send out that Zoom link through Parent Square. And I hope to see a lot of you all there. Thank you.
Everybody, my name is Daniel Barnett. I'm the director of VADA, the Visual Art and Design Academy. We're also having a meeting on April 14th at 7 o'clock that's open to anybody any new students joining VADA. That's many probably of the people on the call tonight. Yeah, and we're just super excited to see you guys. And you've made a great choice at Santa Barbara High. And we love that we're able to offer all these awesome programs of choice too, so that your student can really specialize in the thing that they're passionate about. That's what these programs are all about. So we'll see you at our various meetings, and thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you very much, Academy directors. So in addition to our 3 academies, we have a total of 6 career technical education pathways. Construction technology, culinary arts, and sports medicine round out the 6. More information about these can be found on our website under the programs tab. And then you can also reach out to your counselor or us in the College and Career Center or the Academy directors directly if you have any questions for either you or your students. So thank you very much. And then one more thing I'm going to talk about for a couple minutes. Over your 4 years, or actually over your students' 4 years at Santa Barbara High School, there are many awards and honors and scholarships that your students might be able to achieve. Please definitely take a look at our website under the Students tab for complete descriptions of all of these. Some have very specific requirements and require a little bit of effort from your students over their 4 years to achieve. So please definitely read through those descriptions carefully, but I just want to highlight a couple options here. So to start with the A's, AP Scholar. So over your student's career at Santa Barbara High School, they might take 1, 2, or maybe many AP classes, depending on how they do on the exams, the end of the year exams. They might be able to earn some of these awards. So AP Scholar with honor, and AP Scholar with distinction is based on the number of AP classes you take, AP exams you take, and the scores that you achieve with those. I am actually the advisor for our school's California Scholarship Federation Club and National Honor Society. Those are 2 achievements for any students that are doing really well academically, above a 3.0 GPA, and also history of being involved in the school or involved in the community. So you can definitely reach out to me about those. Let's go to the next slide. Yeah. So I just mentioned the academies and pathways. If you are a member of one of those academies and pathways and end up completing the programs, then one award you could achieve is our Pathway Completer Award, which is signified by a black cord that you wear around your neck at graduation. There's a couple of community service awards that we give out for 200 hours or more completed before graduation. That would be the Community Service Excellence Award. And then the Community Service Principals Award is definitely overachiever community service students putting in over 500 hours in our community. And then at the tail end of this list, there are a couple scholarships. One is our amazing Santa Barbara High School Alumni Association, provides a scholarship to graduating seniors. And then our local nonprofit Scholarship Foundation of Santa Barbara also provides a lot of scholarships. So there are many awards and honors that you could potentially achieve over your career at Santa Barbara High. So please do look at the list for the complete descriptions of these. And you can also reach out again to your counselor, myself, teachers, administrators to learn more about these as well. So with that, I'm going to pass this to Ms. Villaseñor. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to talk to you about registration. It's something that you, as a family, as a parent guardian, need to do each year. It does not open until July 1st, so you cannot begin the process until that date. Please be checking your Parent Square and check our website around that time so you can get registered properly and on time and before school starts. So when you register, you're going to go to Aries and just follow the steps. You're going to need 3 main documents when you're there because you're going to upload them to Aries. So just make sure you have the birth certificate on record, immunization record, and a proof of address. So some sort of pay stub, utility bill, mortgage statement, lease agreement, something of an official document that proves your address. So those are going to be the main things you want to have on hand when you register. You're also going to go through with your student and read and sign the Family Student Compact, just talking about expectations here at Santa Barbara High School. And there's a few other forms and items you can purchase to as you enter Santa Barbara High School. So again, just be on the lookout around July 1st on our website and Parent Square. Oh, and one thing to keep in mind, please make sure you have a working email address and you know your password. Just like in this past year, how important email communication has been, this is going to be the same for registration. You'll need that to register, a valid email address and the password to log in. Dawn's Derby will take place on August 10th. And what that is it's going to be an event where we're confirming that you registered properly so that you went through the whole Aries process and everything is good to go and you are all set, ready to get your class schedule for the upcoming fall school year. So save the date for August 10th. Students are going to come by to get their ID card picture taken, be connected with our PTSA, buy Santa Barbara High School gear, a yearbook, a gold card, which has to do with getting into our various events on campus, and just kind of an informational day as well. So that is August 10th, our Dawn's Derby. On August 16th, we have new student and freshman orientation. And that is more to get a feel of what it's like to be a Santa Barbara High School student. We have our older students who will be leading student tours around campus. It's a fun and exciting time. You get to meet other students in 9th grade and get to meet new friends and have a fun kind of pep rally kind of theme. So those are some dates to keep in mind and keep on your calendar as you're planning for summer. Going back to registration, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us. Sometimes there are some confusing items with registration, so please just email us around. We're here around the summertime to help you with that process, so just stay alert. And so I'm going to pass it on to our athletic director, Mr. Todd Heil.
Thanks, Kaylee. Hi, everyone. I'm coming to you live from our brand new press box down in the stadium as I'm watching our Dons take on the Dos Pueblos Chargers in their opening game of Channel League play, which is pretty exciting. Just thinking about the fact that about a month ago, we didn't know we'd have sports. And now we do. 18 sports at once. It's exciting and crazy all at the same time, but we're enjoying it. And if you want to be a part of our athletic program, we do want to draw your attention to a couple of things that are really, really important to get you started this summer with tryouts. Everyone always wants to know when tryouts are. Unfortunately, at this time, we're still working those dates out because, as I just said, we're just now starting our sports teams, and we'll have those dates out to you probably within the next couple of weeks by the end of April. But you can always go to our website and on our athletic page on our website, which will have actually a little tab on there that says tryouts. And once we do have our dates, we will list all of our dates for each sport and what is needed in order to try out. And the biggest thing that is needed is a physical. It's a sports physical. It's a special physical. You do need to use the form that we provide on our website. It is not the same form that you might get from Samsung or Cottage or anything like that, or your doctor. So you do need to make sure you use the one that we provide, which is from CIF. If you have any questions on it, you can always reach out to us and ask. A couple of our sports do not require tryouts. Things like football, cross country, track and field, swimming would not require tryouts, but pretty much everything else does, and we'll have some sort of a tryout over the summer. And lastly, in order to maintain a spot on one of our teams, once you do make a team, is a specific GPA of 2.0, or a minimum, I should say, a GPA of 2.0. We do take a look at grades here for academic purposes to maintain eligibility. And so you do have to maintain that 2.0 once you become a member of a team, to stay on that team and to maintain your eligibility. So just in short, if you have any questions about tryouts and things like that, please first go to our website. The dates will be up there pretty quickly here. If you want to reach out to a coach, you can, but please know that they cannot get back to you until May, which is a CIF rule. But if you want someone to get back to you quickly, you would want to reach out to me, because I can respond to you at any time with any questions you might have. And with that, I'll turn it over to our wonderful ASB coordinator, Ms. Ball.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for coming tonight. I am the activities director at Santa Barbara High School. So we are anything and everything related to student activities. The last few weeks have been really exciting for our ASB students, because we have been given the green light for so many activities that we've been missing out for so long. In terms of the role in which freshmen play within the leadership class, it's pretty tough to find room within their schedules. But the great thing about the block is that we're seeing the opportunity to add more classes. So there is going to be some wiggle room with enrollment for freshmen in leadership. Throughout the next 4 years, of course, though, or 3 years, students are able to run for grade level office. So if they are, really passionate about getting involved in student activities, planning activities, being associated with clubs, they can run for office and be in the actual leadership class. But if a student is not interested in that and just is looking for more personal ways to express their interests, we really, really support students joining and starting clubs on campus. Right now, we have about 25 active clubs, which you can find on our SBHS website. But every fall and every spring, students are welcome to charter their own club if it does not already exist. So I saw a couple of you were already inquiring about some really great ideas for clubs. Be on the lookout for club charter meetings in the fall. In terms of Gold Card, that will be coming back next year. Essentially what that is like an all-encompassing package deal that you would pay for ahead of time to admit yourself into school dances, sporting events, with the exception of certain CIF playoff games. But it's just a nice way to not have to worry about, paying for things that are extracurricular every single time that they happen. So at Dawn's Derby, they'll have the opportunity to get one of those. And freshman orientation, of course, takes place in August as well. I put my email in the chat because there is another Kelly Ball in the district. I believe she's a second grade teacher, and she gets a lot of emails that are intended for me. So look for my face popping up on Google. It's klball@sbunified.org. Please feel free to contact me if you as a student or you as a parent have any questions on how to get your child or you yourself involved in student activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ball. So communication, good communication is important to us here. So we use our NEO to communicate with your students. That's where they'll find their homework, grades, some other items in there. Parents can also access NEO. So you can get in there yourselves if you know your login. If you don't, there's a password reset on the NEO homepage. We're going to take you there in a minute. But just know that you have the same access that your students have. Parent Square, so attendance. If your student misses a class, you'll be getting a Parent Square ding on your phone if you have that set up through your smartphone. And then any announcements you'll see by the wave of Parent Square announcements that you get there as well, that we do a lot of communicating through our Parent Square. And then Aries Portal, that's the place that you go to for your student's schedule. That's the most up-to-date, accurate schedule. And you can also find the grades that go on their official transcript, and some other student data information is in our Aries portal. So we're going to show you where you find those on one of our next slides. So if you go to our homepage, you're going to see a great picture of our Dons football team in their gray unis with this sunset background that you see on the top there. And then if you just scroll right below that, you're going to see these 5 icons. And these are quick links to our most visited areas on our homepage. and they're meant to make it easy access for you to get to these places that we're talking about. So you see areas on there, and then this is where you find your NEO quick link. So you would just click on that second box from the left, and that's going to take you directly to NEO. So your NEO dashboard, we dump so much stuff in here. This is a great place for you to get familiar with. On your NEO dash, you're going to find up-to-date grades. So within 3 days-ish, assignments should be graded, and that should be your student's current grade in their class. So if they're saying, I already did that homework, I already passed that in, you can pretty much check up on that in NEO, and it's pretty accurate. Also in NEO, you're going to find your student's teacher's office hours, excuse me. So when you want them to go get that extra help, communicate with a teacher, they'll be able to find office hours in NEO as well. Within that dashboard, they're going to see on the left-hand side there, you can see a resources tab. So when they click on resources, that's the counselor's dumping ground for all the presentations that we do in classrooms on college and career readiness, social media education, mental health stuff. We put that all in our resources folder. Also, everything you need to know about course registration is going to be in there and all the materials. So that's a really great go-to place that we want you guys to be familiar with. That's it for NEO. I'm going to pass it over to Ms. Porter. We're near the end here, so thanks for staying with us.
Thank you all. We know we've given you a lot of information, but just so you know that we will be sending out a recording of this webinar as well as the PowerPoint presentation. A lot of this information is also on our website, but we want to make sure that you have any questions, you can continue to just email your child's counselor, or better yet, if you are a student, we'd love to hear from you. So if you've gotten your courses, or you got the A through G chart, or you got the college, high school graduation requirement chart, and you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You will continue to get parent squares every couple weeks. And then like Ms. Villaseñor said, in July, you'll be getting more information on registration. And then as well as Derby, which happens right before school starts. So we want to make sure that you are aware that schools does start August 17th. So it is kind of early. And then August 16th will be freshman orientation. The week before that is Derby. And this is our email. So, so feel free to reach out to us. Dr. Simmons loves to help and answer questions, as well as any of the administration. You can reach out to us. All of our links are on the website. And if you have any questions, we really appreciate you coming tonight. I think we have one last slide, just to remind you that we are looking forward to seeing your students on our campus in the fall. We're very much looking forward to that. There's one question on the chat that I wanted to let you guys know about. So tonight, as we are meeting, the school board is meeting to talk about the block schedule, as well as some other things. So the plan right now is for Santa Barbara High, DP, and San Marcos to all be on a 4x4 block for next year, meaning instead of taking 6 courses in the fall and 6 in the spring, having like math, English, science the entire year. It's a difference between like a semester system almost and a quarter system. So your child as an incoming 9th grader or incoming 10th would have 16 courses. They would have sports 4 times, things like that. So that is kind of the difference. It is a little confusing, but we'd be happy to kind of talk to you more about in detail. So feel free to reach out to us. It's a great system in the fact that it lets students get ahead. You could be in Matt or Vada and still take theater and computer science because you have more room in your schedule with 16 courses. So, but that is coming down actually tonight at the school board meeting. So it's happening as we speak. So you're getting the front information. So I will turn it over to Ms. Villaseñor, who will just close us out. And one last question in the chat, II does count as elective credits. And if you are a special ed student or 504, we'll get you more information when you come in the fall and connect you with all your accommodations as well.
All right, so thank you everyone for being here. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Santa Barbara High School, and we're so looking forward to having you join us officially the day after 8th grade graduation. So looking forward to seeing you all soon.